Hey everybody, it's Audrey at Audrey Lynn Studios on the west side of Canada near Vancouver. I have a kiln opening today. This one, I've got it all my firings on my calendar. This one is a slow glow program to 2185 is the top temperature. I glare in my glasses. And it's held there for 10 minutes and then dropped to 2000 this time. I thought I'd try 2000 like the unseths and held it there for 30 minutes. So I went a little cooler. Usually I go to 2200, but this time I went to 2185, which is considerably cooler. And it was because I wanted to do some refires with some of that crazing and see what happened. And I don't know if it's because I'm just firing too hot that crazing is happening, but anyway, we'll get into it when I show all the stuff. So, yeah, let's go. Okay, so here's the 5, and here's the 6, and here's the 7. So I think that's pretty much on target for what I fired to, so that's perfect. About a 5.5, I guess. And let's start then with some of the smaller things. I have magnets, always done with Plainsman 340 clay, which is the buff, and fired once with stroke and coats. Here's a little fishy, a little strawberry, and this one is the little peace dove. I forgot to put a little bit of orange for the beak, but I'm not going to care about that, but yeah, kind of a vital part. Anyway, whatever. And then I have more strawberries. So these ones are on 370 white clay, and it's sangria and holly green on the leaves. So I like how they turn out. Some hearts, trinket dishes. These are on 340S, so they're speckled buff. And this one is, I believe, floating turquoise by Spectrum. And that roller and cutter are both from Sue at 3D KAMOTION on Etsy. And this one is Sunrise. Now, then I have my oyster dishes, and they're on 340S, so that's a buff clay by Plainsman. And I have a link to the cutters, which are out of stock right now, so I'm working on that. I really am, but I've had a lot of people asking for strawberries and then ordering all sorts of things until stuff is out of stock, so I'm getting on it. Well, I'm not getting on it. I have been on it. I've been printing. So this is, so we have a link for the cutters, a link for the make-along, and a link for the glaze-along for these to help you out. And they are 3 times Spectrum soft white, 3 times fog in the center here and in little spots, and then 2 times blue rutile by Amico in here and on the same little spots. So, and on the pearl I just use snow. Yeah, they always turn out, and I love that they always turn out. Now, the bee waterers are on 340 buff as well, and they are also single fired with stroke and coats. So there is a make along for these, and a wooden dowel gets epoxied into the bottom. And they're for bee waterers, and all those are stroke and coats. So there's that one, and purple and yellow. I still did get some crawling though in the center, even though that's just 2 coats. So, oh well, whatever. And that's it for now because I couldn't get them all in. Oh, here's a purple one with coral on the inside. And I will leave a link to the make-along in the description. Okay, then I have other flower frogs, but these 2 made it through the kiln. Is it that I made them with, yeah, I made them with 370 white stoneware. So I was just playing around. On the bottom of them, I put sandbow underglaze transfer. And on the top, this one has fog. And they just sit in a mason jar or on a vase or something like that. And this one has some kiln wash on it, but also sandbow underglaze transfer. And this one has cherry blossom. Now, this plate is one of my Peony cutters, the enlarged Peony cutters. There's a demo on my channel, which I'll leave a link for. And these are for the 7, 8.5, and 10-inch Peony cutters. So the ones that we all buy from Amazon are smaller than that. So this is the plate, and this one is 340 buff, and it has a bumpy in there. It has sunrise on the outside, then shallot on the inside, and I actually put a center of boogie pink, bougainvillea, but the shallot just ate it up. So anyway, kind of pretty. Yeah, I've got this little thing here. This kiln, I don't know if you can see it right here. I know it's just little, but I hate that stuff. This kiln has a few things like that, and it's so frustrating. It's like a beautiful mug, and then a wee little crack, or a beautiful plate, and there's a little goober. And you know, it's just so irritating. Ugh. Okay, I thought I wrote all these down, but I think I can figure it out. So I made a bunch of these, the daffodil plates. So this one is 340 buff, and this is spectrums. Okay, so the outside is cactus, and the daffodil is curry, and that's 2 times each. And then this one is same, so buff and curry on the daffodil and cactus on the outside with a little bit of mixed melon jungle gem. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, that's right. Then these ones had snow on first. So it's snow with cactus on the outside, and then marigold by Amico on the daffodil. And then, okay, the rest of them had snow because you see this one is 340 and it's kind of darkish, but this is the same spectrum glazes, but this one had snow on first to make it more white, but they're the same buff clay. All right, so this is the only one that is buff. This one had snow first 2 times. This one had snow first 2 times. And that is snow with just mixed melon, so no cactus underneath. And it has curry on the daffodil. And then this, I'm afraid I can't even tell you. I think it's Moon River, but there's snow first and then curry on the daffodil and then Moon River on the outside. And then this one is stroke and coats. So again, buff clay, snow first, so that's why it looks brighter. And then it's, I think, dandelion yellow and basketball orange and sea breeze on the outside. So I can't hold them all up, but, well, I might be able to, like a deck of cards. But I will show you in the pictures then. Yeah, that's completely not useless. So I will show in the pictures. So this was like a little, yeah, like a tester of what I would like to do with them. Anyway, suggestions would be helpful. Okay. Then another cutter that is not on the website yet. You've seen one tester come through. This was another type of tester. So this one is using spectrums. I don't like how it turned out. I like the spectrums. Okay, so you can see the cactus and the floating turquoise, and I believe this is Louisiana Bayou with a little bit of white, what's the one I always use? Soft white. And this one has some nori green. And then I waxed those. And then I used a little bit of celadons. So I used root beer and I think amber topaz. But it's buff clay. So I think that this would turn out, well, it would turn out differently if I either use buff clay and put on gold first or just use white clay. So I'm going to try that again because I just want a bunch of different ways of doing it to show you guys, and for me, of course, right? So yeah, not my favorite, but I can see the potential because the spectrums look really nice. Okay. And then here's another cutter that is not on the website, but I've been printing because people want them, and that is the strawberry. And it's, excuse me, one moment. They're burning in the back. It is simply 2 times sangria on the berry part and 2 times cactus on the leaf part, and that's it. And I like it. Nice, simple to glaze, and it looks good. So, and I've got 2 of them here now, but I've got the next 2 sizes up drying. So, yeah. Okay, a couple of refires. This one I have to just grind off because it dripped. I didn't, so this one was 2 times sangria down here, 2 times snow, and then 2 times kaleidoscope. And I fired this last time at the slow cool 2200 top temp 10 minutes and then dropped to 1900 for 30 minutes. So I mean, I don't know if it's the firing or what, but it crazed. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to put it back in and still stick with the slow cool, but make a cooler slow cool, which is what I told you what this one was. And so I don't know if it's because it's refired or if it's because I threw it in and fired it cooler, but all the crazing is gone. So suggestions would be great because I don't want to have to fire twice. So if you are using snow, and I know I asked this last time, but if you're using snow with jungle gems and you're not getting crazing, please tell me what your firing is. Okay? So this is a refire. It was a ramp up to 2185, held for 10 minutes, dropped to 2000, held for 30 minutes. That's what I've got here, and all the crazing is gone. It did drip a bit here, so I have to grind that wee bit off, but that's it. It looks great now. No crazing at all. And there was another one with crazing. Oh, here. So 2 times curry, 2 times snow, 2 times cheetah. It's a refire. The first time I fired it, it crazed. Now all the crazing is gone. And that makes me happy. So happy. There's no crazing whatsoever. There we go. And I know Anne Seth does this a lot, so I'll give her credit. Thanks, Kim. Okay, and then there was another refire, and that was the blue azure one. It had pinholes all over it. Refired it. It had pinholes and crazed. Well, it still has pinholes, but not as many. You know, they're here and there. And I see one quite big craze. So I don't know if it's just the blue azure. I've had a couple, maybe a few people say that they have blue azure pinholes for them. So I don't know what we can do about that because I love the combo. This was the 3 times rainforest with 2 times lime shower, 2 times snow with 2 times blue azure jungle gems. I mean, if it worked, it's lovely, but second firing cooler and it's still doing funny things. So I'm not quite sure what to do. Like I'd like to throw it back in, but I don't know what to throw it back into. And if I should add any more glaze up here because it needs to be refired. I don't want to just ditch it. And then these were also refired, but I put just a wee bit of flux on that line and I like how it turned out. I could have used more, but so this is 2 times eggplant. No, 3 times eggplant by Mako, 2 times olive float by Mako, 3 times, not lemon meringue, frosted lemon by Mako, and 2 times amaryllis by Mako. And then I just, when I refired, I just put a dab of 1 times light flux. So it helps. I'm not going to refire it again, but I know next time that I can put a couple coats of light flux there. And here's the mug too. And this one turned out even better. So I'm happy with that. Not here, it didn't, but I don't care. So yeah, good. Those worked. So that's nice. Now what do I want to do? This one, I'm not happy about being able to see the line where the transfer is. I didn't think that was going to happen. And was there a funny area in here? So I may have to refire this too. But anyway, this is a Japan Craft underglaze transfer. Japan Craft is on Etsy. And they're beautiful, beautiful transfers. And then I put a couple of black sandbow transfers, underglaze on top. And then I use 2 times Spectrum's Curry, but I I don't like how I see the definite line under there. I really thought that the curry would cover that. So I am going to refire because there's a funny rough spot in here. I don't know what the heck happened there. And so I will probably put another curry and a little bit of flux or something on that line. But it's beautiful. It's a nice mug. Blue and yellow are always so nice, right? Lots of people love blue and yellow. So yeah, nice. Okay. I have a little dish here, a little bowl. Inside is Norse blue 3 times, and it's white stoneware, and sea salt by Mako 2 times, Norse blue 3 times here, and then these are Sunrise by Spectrum. And they bled a little, but nothing. Yeah, it's just cute, just a cute little beach bowl. Okay, this one was a bit of an experiment. So inside is 3 times Floating Turquoise by Spectrum, and I like it. Outside is 2 times Floating Turquoise by Spectrum, and then on top of it is 2 times Dark Purple by Spectrum. And I know that dark purple acts as a bit of like a celadon sort of thing. I mean, I'm always trying to find a good purple, you know, so I picked this up quite a while ago. But yeah, this time I thought, oh, I'm going to try something different. And I like it. I think it's very interesting. Yeah, nice. This pot, I'm not crazy about the green. It didn't quite do what, I think you know what I mean. So this is all Louisiana Bayou times 2. And this is, I think, Nori Green. Nori Green times 2. And I really wanted it to be more like, just more like this, right? All over. So I may refire, but I don't know if it's one of those things where somebody else would think it's great. But for me, I would like to see it refired with more nori. But anyway, I threw this in one go. Now, this one is also interesting. This was one of the little irritating pieces. So inside is 3 times white opal, and outside is really quite pretty. So you know Kim is doing the mats by Amico, and I don't have any like that, but I do have some Shinos, and Shinos that I rarely use. So I thought, well, I'm going to use the Shinos. So this is a Shino. Don't ask me why I did that, because when I saw the sample at my supplier, it was like a consistently pink Shino. It's like, this is called Cherry Salmon Shino. And so maybe I have to look it up. I mean, I will look it up because I'll put a sample picture up on the screen. But yeah, Cherry Salmon Shino by Spectrum. So I'm not sure why it's granulating, because there's nothing underneath it. But it sure looks nice. It actually reminds me of Sang de Boeuf. So, and that's not what I was looking for, of course. So this is 3 times Cherry Blossom Shino by Spectrum and 3 times Honey Flux. And both of them are feathered up. So when I put it on, I feathered it up, and then this one I feathered it down. But yeah, this is the irritating little part, is there's a nice little wee crack right in the bottom of the handle. And not that it really is that noticeable, but there's nice little blue speck right there. So guess what? Audrey gets another mug. But pretty cool, eh? What it did. All right. I need to look that up and see what actually is supposed to happen. All right, another pot that I threw in one piece, and you've seen this combo from me before. And this is 2 times honey flux and 1 time river birch all over. And then it's 3 times Albany slip brown, a band, and 3 times amaryllis, a band. And it always looks beautiful. It always looks like this. And it just, yeah, I just love it. So yeah, I just love that. I've always loved it. Then I have a strawberry mug, but not like the ones you've seen so far. And I think all is good. All right, so it's the, believe the Sandbow under Glaze Strawberry Transfer. So that's on there, and then 2 times Amico Mixing Clear on top. Could I use maybe one more? Maybe I didn't, yeah, just a little bit, you know? And then this is Sangria ×2 by Spectrum. And the handle is 2 times Cactus by Spectrum. The strawberries are Sangria 2 times by Spectrum. And then the little leaves are 2 times Emerald by Mako. So it's cute. Yeah, pretty. All right. Now, this is another little irritation, and that is my organic rim plate. So it's 340 buff, and it turned out great. So those are Sue Butler rollers, 3D KAMOTION on Etsy. And on here I have, oh, I used, just a second, somebody's coming. Let me go back. This piece here. Okay, yes, Dark Purple by Spectrum. But this is Red Wine by Spectrum. That's why the 2 different colors. So, and underneath I've got floating turquoise in there. Yeah, it's floating turquoise. So then 2 times Dark Purple Spectrum, 2 times Redwood Wine. I like it. I especially like the purple, but I like them both. I think it's good. Kind of reminds me of Dragonstone by Speedball that I still can't get to do what I want, you know? Anyway, okay, this is a little bit, all right, I was showing you this. So these rollers are by Sue 3D KAMOTION on Etsy. And so what I did was painted the tops of these rectangles with Kiwi Marine Aqua 2 times. And then the flower part here was with Maroon Red by Kiwi 2 times. And then it's 2 times soft white over the whole thing. And you've seen me do this before. I really like the way it comes out. You can still see the color, but it's all kind of frosty or whatever. Anyway, the maddening part is just a little thing right there. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. So yeah, I've got to sand that, another coat of soft white, and put it back in. Anyway, all right, and the last piece, and I did this actually for Sarah at Three Little Potters. So Sarah, this is purple crystal on the bottom. So it's 3 times purple crystal, and this is it here. So 3 times purple crystal on the bottom, feathered up. 3 times honey flux here, feathered down. And I just went for it and put Purple Rain on there, Jungle Gem. And guess what? There are no crazing, no pinholes. I am so happy. So I don't know if it's just that the 2200 is just too high for them or what. But I like this. This is nice. There you go, Sarah. I showed you what it looked like. Oh, it was on school. I think I was showing you, right? And you were asking what it looked like in the bottle. And that's what it looks like in the bottle. So, yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. All the links are below in the description. That always takes me a little while to find everything and to find these pictures that come up here and there, you know, but that's okay. So thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate you all. Peace out.